demo in order to project how can we work without papers with students in the classroom. So let me get started. In Google Classroom, we can add a specific subject, and we attach or we invite different students or even teachers to join that class. So in the moment we work into this specific project, we wrote the subject quest Escuela Panamá, and I add 2 different teachers, also 2 students. They need a specific login or a specific email address just in order to get the invitation and accept that invitation. Now, let me show you what is inside, just to get it started with the welcome word. So here, as a new teacher, I can welcome my student explaining how Quest will work, and even I can attach some specific videos like this promotional video to share my students how it's gonna be during the year. And yeah, even we can describe about more about the program. Now, as a teacher, we develop for every single lesson, and we add different resources depending on the class. The specific objective to develop those classes is this. First, we start with an intro, and even you can attach different videos. For example, this one, I made it with AI because we want to work into how we're gonna learn or what we're gonna learn during this specific unit, which is the introduction, and it has 2 lessons only. You won't be able to listen to it, but this specific lesson speak about differences in skills, that we are different and everyone loves to do different things. So this is like the intro for this specific unit. So let me go out from here. Let me pause. And then I can move it. Let me move it a little bit because this is the, like, as I told you, the intro, so I can move it up there. And how we develop classes. Let me explain. If you have specific classes 1 or twice a week, you can explain to students what you're gonna learn through a specific objective. For example, let me explain this here. Dear student, this week we will learn more about our classmates. And this is the way we're gonna start it, developing healthy relationships. Now, this is, as I told you, the intro and what we're gonna share with them. Also, it will be the objective from this specific lesson. These specific objectives are part of the resources from the teachers. So usually what I do, or I copy paste from the teacher resource, the guidance, then I can attach even the home connection letter, which for Latin America, we have 1 specific letter from each lesson. And even we think 2 different ways to do it. We attach the document through PDF, or even we can develop a specific Google form, so where the student open the Google form, sit down alone with their family, mom, dad, and they can fill it together, all the questions here. Now, if as a teacher, if I want to see the answers, what I need to do only is to open the answers into the other slide. I can get a follow-up from every single answer from my students, from here or from here. Now, let me show you how it looks from a student when they get all this information. Even we we can share a specific presentation, like a PPT, PowerPoint presentation. I made one attaching a specific website, which I love, Sway, and I have the whole presentation here. For example, the first lesson, conociéndonos, or knowing each other, start with a specific, not a strategy, but it's more like a ice break activity. So my first question is, how do you peel an apple? If I ask this to the students, I will ask them, can I peel an apple with a spoon or with a peeler? And I can develop different questions because, as I told you, the most important thing in these lessons is to develop or grow that interest into every lesson and why it is important. So the main lesson here, or one of the objectives, is to introduce that we have different tools in order to develop or to know our basic social learning skills. So this is the point in this, the first part. Now, I can print the resources from the slides that is provided for the teachers and share with the students what they're gonna learn this year. So I can attach these to the presentation and I can talk about them. And then after that, we can have another activity like connecting or work together, okay? Then I ask different questions about what do they learn from that activity, what they learn. And these specific questions are related to one of the documents I already attached into the lesson. Then I keep asking another questions like, what do you think about the journey from the adolescence? And then when I have this presentation, because we develop this in classes, I suggest to students, one, we can work together while I'm explaining and working to a notebook, write the answers, or I also can edit those PDF and work into those PDF and send it as evidence of the student work during that lesson. Just in order to finish, let me show you here. Let me go back. Just in order to finish that specific lesson, yeah, as I told you, this is a PDF document which I can edit from a specific app. I don't have it here, but they can download it and they can edit the PDF, or they can attach their answers to a specific notebook. So it is not necessary to print this document. And they can also do it here. Now, this document is more like a reading and a final reflection about what they're gonna keep talk about the specific topic or the specific lesson during the week. So this is more like how can I keep working during the week, this week, just in order to improve the specific skills or to show that I learned this specific skill. I want to show you another document in order to show you how it works as a student and how can you see it and how can you work with this specific document, and as I told you, without printing. So let me stop sharing because I want to open another document just in order to show you how it works as a student. I have different accounts from my daughter. We made some specific tests here. And yeah, I want to show you how it works. Or even into the her real account, as I said. So you can see how it works and how you can edit documents. some specific point. Okay, let me see where I have. Okay, here, let me share here with you this info. Okay, let me get started with her account here. So as I told you, we usually, what we do is to open Classroom. Here, she accepts the invitation from the program. I don't like this specific setting. Here you can see it here. And even you can see even reminders, because every single lesson you can write like a due date where they need to return this specific lesson with all the things that they we require already. So you have some messages that from the lessons I already post, the welcome letter also. And when you go to Classroom, if she wants to get started with this one, she can open up here and it will take you right away to the family connection letter. Now, besides this, what else you can do? This account does not have the specific program where you can edit it, but you can see it here. I want to show you another account so where you can see it. When you work into this, because in this specific aspect, the PDF asks you how you want to open it. I want to open it into Word. So you can maybe rearrange it and even answer into this way. If you click here, has a share, you can send it or you can copy the link just in order to answer, and let the teacher that you already sent the information here. Add to create, and you can here post a file, has a picture from your notebook. You can add a link, usually is from some specific website. When you have your account, you can attach documents to Drive, or Word has documents, or, well, actually for here, I don't recommend slides, but this is the way it works. If we open a specific account with real, let me see, where is it here? I think it's this one. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the real one. So if you see the Google Classroom, how it works, you will see different subjects with different assignments and some specific due dates where you need to return some homeworks, for example. So if she wants to attach something, she can do it into these specific ways. If a teacher, for example, attach a PDF document where they need to practice, has a, for example, practice from this, you can open, and this is the one I told you, annotate with Cami, but you need to download that specific app. And you can edit from PDF all your answers and attach it. At the end, you save it and you have evidence from your work. So this is the way it works, but it's really easy. You just can download it and write the answers here like a textbook, or even write with a pencil or anything like that. You save it, and usually what she does is like turn it, and that's it. What happened with, let me go back to the account where we have the practice. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Now, what happened as a teacher when I want to look for my students' assignments and what they turn? I can see it here or I can see it even inside. I know all the information my students upload and what they turning into the specific dates. And this is I consider the best way even to have a track for the whole year with all the assignments and all the lessons they've been working on. So this is a great way to work with Quest just in order to have evidence and without that amount of paper just in order to get answers. I've been working into a different presentation here. This is one of the things we can share with the students if someone was absent or missed class that day. We can attach those presentations or additional presentations along with different resources. Let me see. And we attach just in order to show you how it works, at least unit 1 and unit 2, just in order to to share with you what is about the lesson, main objectives from this, and main resources. So students, right after, they can work in the classroom or they can attach it later just in order to show their progress into every lesson. So here we have another one. Same thing, resources. The way teachers work usually, I do. I don't have the whole year plan into classroom. Usually what I do is I develop the class, I show the presentation, I share with them the resources, and then I request for evidence. Okay, let's work into this. Let's work into the notebook, attach your evidence. If you are not here, you can work at home, work into PDF, send that information. But at the end of the week, when they have the due date, it is necessary to show what do they learn and the way they will keep working with that specific lesson. So this is the way we work. And I think it's a great way to save resources and to work into yes, Doris.
Okay. Let me just try to rephrase what you have just presented to us, just to make sure that we are in the same train of thought. The reason why the idea came up to develop a Google Classroom platform for the Spanish speakers, teachers, and their students, it was like you said, to reduce the amount of papers, but also because we have noticed that in many times, the district chairperson for LionQuest is able to get sponsorship for a virtual training, and he has an X amount of teachers that are already trained to provide the lessons of LionQuest at their schools, but they are stopped at the excuse, but not really an excuse because it's the reality of not having a printed book. Sometimes the chairperson can provide enough money to print the books for the teachers, not as much as the students. I mean,
Yes.
the minimum of amount of student per class is as low as 30 and goes as high as 50, and that's per classroom.
Yes.
So taking that into consideration, in the several meetings that we had, we came up with the possibility of creating this system that will provide a platform not only for the teachers to be able to have the material, even though they will continue having the printed books for the teacher, but also to interconnect with their students, for the students to have access to the materials of the student workbook, to be able to do their homeworks and connect with their parents, with their families, and for the teachers to have control of these assignments being made and turning back to their teachers for grading, all within the same Google Classroom platform. And of course, this will not be applied to all schools, probably not to the public schools that one doesn't have institutional emails for their students or doesn't have a computer lab for to have a computer designated for the students' use, or even internet within the school. But they are these other medium level and high level schools that do have these facilities that could benefit from this effort that we're doing in trying to develop a Google Classroom. I don't know if that's more or less I sum up what you try to present to us today.
Yes, that's a good summary. Yes,
Okay.
and I forgot to tell you something about gradings. That's true. Maybe public schools, they don't have access to have domains in order to work with email address from students. But even if a teacher can develop this or attach these resources in Google Classroom, and the students work with notebooks, like year notebooks for Skills for Life or another subject, name it, social emotional learning. They can create it into the notebook and they can keep it as an evidence. And teachers, they can keep a track on their gradings in Google Classroom. Only even teachers. It's not necessary, well, to have all the students' email in some specific way. There are some ways to grade students there in classroom. Maybe we can think about that later. The most important thing is, as you said, we're trying to look for resources where teachers can get the information and can share that information for some specific groups. Yes?
So the one thing that we haven't mentioned, but that was also part of the project, maybe down the road when we are more advanced in the programming of the platform, is that we want to motivate our LEOS clubs in Multiple District D to work on very brief videos, 1-minute videos, in which they could maybe use the different chapters within the student's workbook as additional material for the teachers to have access in this new platform. So that is another added benefit to this platform, to be able to integrate the Lion Quest lessons into the activities of the Leos clubs. Maybe
Yeah.
Lions, but my first target will be Leos because I guess they connect better with students, and that's and hopefully that will be a future project for the new Lion year next year.
Yes, yes. As you saw here in video AI, this is the objective. I mean, I wrote on the script, I share it with AI, but you can do for every single lesson a specific video. And if some Leos are willing to develop only with the script, what is the main objective from this lesson? Oh, know each other, respect differences. You can make a short video, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, just in order to reinforce this with real people, because it's not the same like, okay, to share a script with artificial intelligence and it will try to do their best, but it's not the same when we're talking about human feelings, and to see this videos with humans, not with and artificial intelligence images. And yes, you can do it with every single lesson, There are many things that you can develop here. For example, values. How can we work with values, with self-confidence, with how you work with challenges? You just write the script and try to develop this into real life. And I think it's a great idea for Leos in the future to work with some specific projects and share it with the whole community, because this part I remember Lions in the 80s when work a lot with media, and it shared videos through TV or some specific advertisements. But well, it was many years ago. I think we can do it in two different ways now because we have a lot of resources in social media. But I think it will be a great impact for teens and some specific Leos clubs in order to develop these skills in this way.
Thank you so much, Jovana, for taking the time to present the platform to us. Just to clarify, the presentation, we did it in English, just for the benefit of Matthew and Jerry, but the platform is being developed in Spanish for Spanish-speaking teachers and students.
That's right.
Would you like to give us some final remarks before we close the transmission?
Castle or Lion Quest is a great tool. I hadn't seen something that complete before in my teaching years. Students need it. And I think just to think about goals in money, because we need to invest in paper. Having all these resources available right now, we need to, I think we need to think more about, outside the box and to get another options, because students need it, teens need it. And I think it's a great way to develop this tool in different ways.